Hey everyone! Today's subject has been addressed before, and though that doesn't prevent me from taking a look, my policy is to not do so unless I can find a take that I can call my own. Fortunately, I have just that. Some people like this game, some people don't. I just think it's okay. Let's open up the 1989 Nintendo Entertainment System game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is the first game ever tied in the franchise, predating the arcade game by a 5-month margin. And it actually began development as a completely different game in Japan on the Famicom before it was retooled to feature the characters. Their version was called Legend Extreme Ninja Turtles, as I pointed out before. Something that was Super Mario Bros. 2 Doki Doki Panic, next situation again. The difficulty is also infamous. Even with the Rewind and Save Back and Carbon Collection, it still took me 2 hours to go from the title screen to finish the game. So let's get things started. As has been pointed out, the game doesn't feature a 1997 theme song, but save for a few elements from the show, it pulls a lot more from the original graphic novel series. The cover gun has the same art as the fourth issue of the comic. Also, Kaizo Nakamura does a great job with the music, as no similarities between this game's main theme and the main riff of Queen Stone Cold Crazy. Each stage is rooted in both the source material and New York setting, so we can begin. My favorite turtle, Raphael, is a close range fighter with the side daggers, as is Michelangelo with Nunchaku. Leonardo is a mid-range fighter with katana blades, and Donatello is long range with his bow staff. To compensate for a form or two, I usually give them projectiles. The single star, the multi-star, the boomerang personal favorite, the enchanted scrolls. That last one definitely comes in handy, and we will come back to that. Stage 1 is Greenwich Village. We had to find Bebop and Rocksteady are hiding April. After you rescue her, both she and Splinter alternate between being an archetypal guy in the chair, giving you mission objectives and hints. Bebop is a mini-boss, where Rocksteady is the one who you fight to get the next stage. Yes, it's indeed easy to exploit the hitbox with Donnie's bow when Rocksteady ducks. On to stage 2, which is the Hudson River. After you fight your way through a warehouse, the second phase is defusing bombs at the dam. Between the traps, the water physics, and a time limit of just over 2 minutes, it's a regular day whenever I can get through at least one of my turtles getting caught. Just so happens such a day occurred when I first beat this. During interlude, the turtles find the letters been ransacked, and Splinter is being held hostage by Shredder. Just under a year before the first movie, both versions actually dropped from the comic, which are wearing a red outfit instead of the purple one from the show. And it was also pulled more from the comic. Sure, there's some overlap with the Foot Ninjas and the Mousers, but also like the Balloon Bombers, Giant Frogs, Fire Freaks, and my personal favorite, Chainsaw Maniacs. I'm not sure if they wear high-top basketball shoes like that manga, but it would not surprise me. Next up, Stage 3, which is Wall Street. Insert Gordon Gekko joke here. Using the party wagon, you have to explore the area and find a rope to cross the building. Next stage, rockets destroy the barricades. The turtles get caught. Cheeky way of slipping through Nintendo sense of the time. You need to free them. And actually tied up in a burlap bag like a cartoon character. The stage boss is Mecha Turtle, who you need to beat to rescue Splinter. As for making the infamous jump in the sewers, pretty sure Michael Phelps will have trouble swimming through a current like that. Stage 4 is JFK International Airport, where you need a rope to cross the building. Interesting. The mixture switched my carry-on and my game case to make sure I'm on the up and up. I'm just amazed they gave Chase a total blimp to the foot chopper. The lower floors is a giant maze. Again, the maps and tips in this collection came in handy for this game. Come back to this in a moment, but for now, the stage boss is the Big Mouser. Not bad for the first instance of recurring boss in many subsequent TMNT games. Before I move on, I always knew that pizza and the spike wall trap was smoke bait. Hey, the tips confirm just like others said. Stage 5 is the South Bronx, Shredder's hideout. We need to find the Technodrome where eluding drones and searchlights. Kind of reminds me of the early Metal Gear games, and of course ninjas are giant turtles still need stealth. It is a bit of a shell game to find the Technodrome, but the music on stage here helps as do the maps. I can't stress enough how much Nakamura really mastered the sound font, and I especially like the arrangement in the Famicom version as well. When the Technodrome is found, you need to disable it to enter it and to face Shredder. No lie, Many played this game in the past, myself included. It was the Everest when I was growing up in the 80s and early 90s. My advice: save the scrolls for later stages, the last two stages especially. You'll need them. Stage 6 is a Technodrome, which is a maze containing every trap and enemy you face at this point. At the end of it, you face the Shredder. Fittingly, he's the strongest opponent in the game as Retromutagen Antidote. This game is going with the model Yoshi being mutated into a rat rather than being Yoshi's pet, being mutated after Saki kills him. Definitely someone to save the trolls for. Either way, like any ninja, beating him takes patience and persistence. Fortunately, those are two qualities I possess. As previously mentioned, it took a total of 2 hours in one playthrough, even with the Cowbun Collection's features, to beat the game amidst 22 years of attempts. Your reward: Splinter return to his human form, Model Yoshi. The mission concludes with April treating one to a pizza. 2. Is this game's reputation for difficulty warranted? Yes, to a fault. Even amid the many years I've tried, it's at least in the same vein as other titles on the same console, like Ninja Gaiden, Ghosts and Goblins, also versions of Super Mario Bros. 2, and Konami's own Castlevania and Contra titles. It's a very strange game, and while everyone's arcades far outrank this one as well as on console, give them some leeway as there was no template for what to do with the material at the time. One would emerge later that same year, but that's a matter for another day. Some people like this game, others don't. I just think it's okay. It's far from my favorite game title in the franchise, not my favorite 8-bit installment. Again, a matter for another day, but still a fascinating artifact of a very different time for the franchise and for licensed games. Honestly intrigued by Nickelodeon expressing interest in a modern AAA game for the series. Not saying they would have to copy what DC and Rocksteady did with the Batman Arkham series, what Marvel and Sonic are doing with their Spider-Man games, but certainly imagine the prospect. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm interested in doing more reviews of this series video games. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and take care, dudes.